G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard. This will be a crowded Knackers Yard, so it's got lots of bikes in it. And we are back on Otto, the 1981 CX500 that has the worst paint in the world. I must get used to my new garage door being lower. This is twatting my head again. Now I've done some thinking about this overnight, and thank you for your comments and your sage advice. I just wanted to let you in on what my thinking is so far. First things first, I need to give this a clean up a little bit, so I'm just going to break out my jet wash, and some people will tell me off for using a jet wash on a bike, but everybody does it, and as long as you don't blast the grease out, it's fine. I want to give it a bit of a clean up first, and then I'll start showing you some bits that I've been thinking about and a little bit more of an explore. And I think we'll do some pseudo exploratory surgery in this short one, just while we look at some of the obvious bits and work out what might want doing and what might need doing. So first things first, I'm going to break out my jet wash and just give it a blast over so we can see it at its pseudo best before we start making some decisions. Right, let's get this cleaned. Right, that's auto clean. I've pinged off the mud guard, so let's have a look at that first. Now, I was under the impression this was wrap, but I can see no edges, so it could be paint. I think it is paint. Curious and curious, said the spider to the fly. Yeah. Well, if it's paint, that makes my life a little bit easier, he says. Yeah, so anyway, that's out of the way for the moment, but looking at the bike and looking at the now clean bike, I'm always concerned about any sort of gaiters on forks in terms of what they're hiding beneath. Nothing. They're doing a damn good job of keeping those nice and clean, so forks are fine. They're nice and straight. Housing for the radiator again is fine, it's liquid cooled. The engine is in a wonderful nick. Now theoretically the guy that built this before the guy I bought it from, so it's had one owner since built, messed around with, rebuilt the engine. The engine is in beautiful condition. Wrong. Visually it's in beautiful condition. Haven't been inside it, don't know. I don't want to go inside it unless I really feel the need, and I don't as yet. Covers I think have been hand painted, and rocker covers, but they're an easy flip out and paint if need be, and at the moment I am considering doing that on the covers. I think that's a water pump if I'm not mistaken, and potentially the downpipe shrouds as well, the clamps, but again we'll see. This isn't a definite. Battery box, as much as I like it, it takes up a lot of space, so that might be an option to mess around with. I do already have a small lithium battery that I might try and hide somewhere, I don't know, but a big open space is quite nice. Somebody mentioned about a rear hugger on it. There isn't one. I'm not quite sure what you could see and what I couldn't. Bits and pieces as I was cleaning it. Whoop, it's not doing it anymore, but you get a wonderful run of water down through and into the Chinese air filter, so you might have to consider something to shroud those slightly, even if it's just on the side. Don't know. I have made one before out of a laundry whitener box cut in half, so you have the semicircle on each side. I don't think I'll be doing quite the same on this one. I'd like to think that I'll do a little bit better, but I might have to do something to shroud them. I don't like the cheap Chinese filters. They are fairly ubiquitous. They are everywhere. I do have some nicer filters, but they're foam and they're just going to clog up with rain just as much. You can see the drip of the water still coming out, so fine. The main bit though is, and I'll come to the main bit, and this was my thinking last night over a beer or two with family. Nasty. Now I think I'm going to go for a replacement. I might just in the interim go for slapping some paint on just to see how it looks, but you know, I think somebody put in the comments that it looks like it's been driven through AliExpress or ridden through AliExpress, and you're dead right, it is exactly how it looks. Grips are pretty nasty, but they'll work for now. Switches have had primer on them at some point, I think trying to de-red them. Yeah, okay, whatever. Indicators are cheap and nasty, but I don't know. Actually quite a nice headlight, I think the original. A little bit of very, very surface rust on it, where it's just starting to show its age and come through. But actually on the top of the housing, we do have some quite heavy rust, so it's fine for the moment. Yeah. The main bit is the exhaust. So, having done some examination, let's see if I can get it to start. It's just had a load of water run through the filter, so it might be a bit reluctant. Was this. Let me just adjust the camera, I'll cut you out. Right, a little bit of master of zoom, and that's what I wanted to show you. Just covering it up. There's the bubbling. Smoky. Oh, zoom back out. That's just one of the, I think, one of the ball joints. So I think I've got the downpipe comes across, and that's just jammed in, which lends me to different options. So let me just get you set up and I'll run you through some of my thinking. I have a slightly less sloped driveway this time, which is lovely, but it's still have a bit of a backward lilt. So at the moment that stubby exhaust is kicked up by being at that really quite odd angle at the join. Now looking at what I've got in stock, i.e. in stock meaning I've got it at the back of my garage, I've got these big old trumpets. Now I've got an extension piece on this, so I'm measuring to the edge of the actual exhaust, which will look something like that. And I have to look at my camera because you've got a better view than me. I think that extends a bit too far. It doesn't go past the wheel, but I don't know. I think that's fairly original. Well, that's not original, but that's how it would look before. I've got these slash pipes, which won't do anything for the noise because there is no baffle in this at all. Well, there is a deflector in the middle, but there's no baffle as we would understand it, which I think are a bit shorter. I'll probably go with it a little bit more, to be honest, which I think is my preferred option at the moment from what I have. And if you'll come with me, I also have these pipes on the little chop Super Dream, which are a potential option as well, and they do have a baffle in them, although they're still pretty much straight through. It's almost pea shooters. Yeah, they're almost pea shooters, so they're an option as well. So, but I think first things first. Wait. Related issue is what the hell is going on under that wrap. So I think what I'm going to do now is try and pull off that stubby, see what we've got, and then have a look at the pipe underneath. I'm not sure you can see. Oh, you can just about see. It's not surprising that's loud. There's naff all in there, really. Anyway. Right, let's get that off. Right, let's just whip these bands off. I'm going to stick some gloves on because that is fiberglass and it's itchy as hell. Right, kitty fiddlers. Oh, that's an extension piece. Yeah. Is that a weld? That's welded on badly. Let's make some noise. Yeah, that is right. Alright, that's really weird. What have we got? Let me drop you down. Alright, so what we seem to have is that's the universal ball bit, if you like. That's been welded in. Particularly well, it seems. I've got an extension piece onto the proper exhaust. Downpipe, sorry. I've taken the connector off, so theoretically I should pull off. But I'm not going to yank it off yet because it might be useful. Is that going over tape? Right, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's get all this tape off and I will drop you back in. Right, let's go for a live reveal rather than drop you in. I hate wrap. It's horrible shit. Alright, I don't think these are too bad. I think they're cleanable. I think they were just going for a look with the wrap that I really detest. There's certainly no... here we come. Here we come. Cheers, dude. Thank you. Right, I think we found the reason for the wrap. Front edge is fine. It's when we start getting around this corner. It's a bit wanky under there. Now it's nothing that can't be cured. But effectively we've got what a there we go. Ah, come on, you fucker. There we go. So that's on. It's just that dodgy joint there. Right, so the join piece that was made, I've just given it a bit of a clean up, and even by my standards that is dog shit welding. And no wonder it's leaking around. So yeah, so anyway, I do have the option of using it. That's fine. It can, well, not now, it needs a bit of a weld touch up, I think. But anyway, the issue that I know why, like some sort of fucking genius, I can see why that was used, because if you go straight line from that, not sure if you can see, or there we go. So these slash pipes that I've got, if you go straight line, I'm hitting everything, so it's going to need to be probably something like that, at which point I need to be careful that I don't go too fat onto there. Now it's not a problem, I can cut back that pipe, it's just what it seems to be an extension piece. I'm not sure how bad that rust is. I think it's going to be a pipe off move piece, but I'm going to go straight. I need to shorten that a fair amount, probably to about there. Just to give me the scope. But yeah, I'm certainly going to need to take it off to have a look at that and see if I can tidy it up, maybe re-weld and grind it back. That looks stainless, this doesn't. This just looks like mild steel. Right, let's I'm going to find out. No, not stainless. Neither's that. That's okay. I can weld it. I can weld one to the. Sweet. I do need to check the diameter of that while I'm here. .38 mil. Right, so what I think I'm going to do... Right, my battery died on me. So I've taken the pipe off. Crown's just slid off and hit the floor. You can see it's had a repair, or that link pipe has just been welded on, but really quite badly. So what? Giving it a quick go under my Scotch-Brite pad, just to see how deep that rust goes. I think it's salvageable. With a bit of time, space and effort, maybe a new Scotch-Brite will, because mine's a bit goosed. I think I can weld that better. I think I'm probably going to end up cutting it shorter so I can fit the slash pipes on it, but we shall see. I now know the size, so I'll at least do some measuring. But not as bad as I thought it was going to be on this side. I'm not going to do the other side now because I am neglecting house guests by doing this. But, so, pipes and exhaust, the thing that I wanted to do first, does look like it's paint rather than wrap, which surprised me. I couldn't find any edges on the tank. The tank is a bit crappy on the inside. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be able to show you because I've got no battery power. So I think an inline filter at least to start with, just to save it from pulling crap into the carb. A couple of you guys mentioned about getting the jetting right on the carb, and you're 100% correct, but I think I want to try and get the exhaust sorted first, so that I know how much back pressure I've got or I haven't got before I start messing too much. I know it's arbitrary, and I know it's plus and minus for pods and for a different exhaust, but I'll have a dig and I'll see what happens. Right, that'll do me and Otto for now. I'm thinking colour schemes. Black being the most obvious choice, but I don't want to do another black bike. I had considered white, maybe with a bit of blue and red, but that's a little bit BMW, and this isn't a BMW. I'm kind of thinking like a cafe cream or an ivory at the moment, but we will see. I will have to see how it goes. Right, that will do me. I am chilly, I am neglecting guests, and I'm busting for a pee. So I'll catch you next time, people. Ta-da.